it works. And what I did is I shoved this piece of wire down all the way through it until it came out the other end. And what we're going to do is wrap around another wire and pull it through. I just have to find out what gauge this is. It's not going to be that hard. So let's get to it. So I threaded this cable down all the way down the steering column, and this is underneath the car towards the passenger side, no, the driver's side. Here's the cable that goes all the way up there. I'm going to be replacing it because I don't know how many shorts it has or whatnot. And to replace it, I have some 14 gauge wire. It's just ripped out of a cable that had 4 14 gauge wires, and you know, I can use all 4 of them later on. So what I'm going to do is get the cable that I put in through there, loop the 14 gauge wire, and just pull it up, and it goes through a spring. So I might have to, you know, jiggle it around, so let's go do that. Okay, here's that wire that we planted in. I'm just gonna bring it up. Aha. And then here's that cable, 14 gauge. Just gonna cut it right there. And then we're gonna hook it up and see exactly how the horn works, what to clean, and if you need to make anything new or adjust anything. We've got everything clean. I'm gonna get this brass sheet and just line it up with the hole. You want this ridge to be up against the outside of the horn depressor. And I'm just gonna get the original insulator and just put it through there, and then get, you know, your bolt. It has to have an insulator on below the head of the bolt, and just put it through there. And I'm just gonna do that 3 more times. Alright, so now we've got all 3 bolts in, and we just gotta take our 3 springs and the wire locking mechanism and just put it back in the steering wheel. Just my luck, I put it on there, I had it all going, you know, I was pressing it down, and I realized that it wasn't going, nothing was happening because of all this corrosion we've got going on over here. So what I did is I sprayed some WD-40, you know, it's going around with some steel wool, just trying to get rid of everything. And so far it's getting rid of most of the oxidation. So we're back at the steering wheel, aka Mr. Sharp Turns. And what we're going to do is get our springs, you know, go like that, and just plug it in. Make sure you put your ground cable through. Okay, now that we've installed the steering wheel, all we have to do is make sure that it's insulated. And to do that, I'm going to use this free Harbor Freight multimeter. You don't need anything special. You don't even need it to have a continuity setting on your multimeter. Just get your multimeter and put it on a resistance mode. The lowest one is best. And then see when you touch the wires together, how you get some sort of a charge, some sort of reading. What you want to do is just get your multimeter, connect it to the depressor bar with one wire, and then with the other wire touch some bare metal. I'm just doing the shift rod, and as we can see, it doesn't give any reading, but if I put it onto the steering depressor or whatever, it gives us a reading. So it tells us that it's properly insulated and it's time to put in the wire. Okay, so we're cramped underneath the car, and this is our horn. And you might want to do this with everything off, just in case our insulation technique didn't quite work last time. Because if, you know, I don't really want to go deaf, but I didn't turn it off and I'm already cramped under here, so might as well give it a go. We're going to get the wire that we fed through. It's too long right now, but it doesn't really matter. I'm looking for the alligator cable that I brought over here. Alright, so I found the alligator cable, and what we're going to do is hook it up just like this to the spade connector. So finally we've cleaned out all of the brass parts, we've strung the wire through the steering column. I cleaned this up a bit, I cleaned up the inside of the steering wheel so it's not that dirty, and it works. And the horn is a little bit girly, but you know, that's the bug, what do you want? So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, I'll be sure to answer them. Have a good one.